Good evening.
Hello, young sir. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. Yourself?
I'm good.
Oh, right. Where are we? Where are we? I believe... I heard a rumour, actually, that the fixtures were out.
No, they won't be out until the competition starts. So unless Preach start the competitions a day early.
No. There you go.
I'll just invite myself in. It's okay.
Good, hey. I did send an invite.
I didn't get one.
Oh.
I just
We're just saying that we sent you an invite. We didn't really.
I'm sure, yeah. I'm sure you don't want me here, but I'm going to be here anyway, so.
We do want you here. I'd like to point out that you've carried the can, if you like.
I've carried much anything.
You've helped me get through 2 shows.
I love doing these things, man. I wish I would have, if my water pipes hadn't froze, I would have been in all of them, but this season.
Well, I wonder if there's, I don't know if either of you have got a camera, but if you have, if we could put your face on the screen as well. Is there a way?
There is a way. I don't know how to do it off the top of my head. Preach and I do it for Blitz's Blitz desk. So
that's something we need to look at doing, because that would be so cool.
Preach, I think there's a program like Google Hangouts, I think, or something like that I'm using. Be good thing to do for like next season, or even if we
definitely
do like a mid-season preview or whatever. You know, it'd be nice to have some.
Yeah.
You know.
Well.
Not that anybody wants to see Dio's face, but you know.
Tough shit to them.
Well, the thing is, if we can make something happen, even if it's a case of we move away from the PlayStation a little bit and then bring up on the PC or the MacBook and do it that way, that would be quite cool.
Yeah, that might be the only way to get multiple people on the Twitch is to be on the laptop.
Something to look at.
That's how Preach and I do it, so yeah.
So where are we?
Real quick before we get started.
That's right. Where are we starting today? We've done.
I don't remember what 3 we haven't done yet.
We've done fail. We've done DW.
I don't appreciate you calling them fail, dude. I don't appreciate that.
Have we only done 2 of the pros? Or have we done 3 pros?
Yeah, we only did 2. No, I'm pretty sure we haven't done the other West or the other East Pro teams. So
we've done War, haven't we?
3 CLs.
DLC War and Fun UGC. I think we've done both those. I know we've done Ace. Let's have a look.
Yeah, we should have 1 CL and 2 pros left. So
we've done that one.
Oh, does that mean we get to do Dio's team today?
Yeah, quite probably.
I'm excited.
Tree Dogs. I don't recognise this team. Okay, we haven't done that one. So we haven't done DLC War. We've done Fun. We've done Ace.
So we must have done the other CL pool then.
Oh, so we've only done.
Oh, I just got your party invite.
Oh, I got your party invite.
Just got it. A little bit behind.
I think we've done only 2 of the.
We've done 5, haven't we? So we should only have 3 left.
Yeah, we've done 2 of the challenge.
And so we've done 3 pro then?
We've done that one. So we've done the first 2 pro. We've done F4IL and SEC and WFC. We did do that, didn't we? With Glowworm's team.
Oh, yes, we did. He was in it.
Yeah, we've done that. So we've done that. Have we done DVC and WAC? Los Pumas, yes, we've done that. So we've done the first 1, 2, 3 pro divisions. So maybe we should hit... Oh, hi Trip. Maybe we should hit the last pro and finish off. Or should we do... Trip, you can decide. Do we do a challenge, then a pro, then a challenge? Or do the pro and then the 2 challenges? so much. It's a tough choice.
It really is.
I know.
I mean, I like the idea of
Pro first
challenge
is
pro,
Do
challenge.
pros first, and then the two CLs.
well, as
Trip
usual.
has decided.
Okay, Trip decided. Alright. We'll go with what Trip said.
Oh, hang on a sec. Panda wants to do his division first because his girlfriend wants to watch, and she has to go to bed in an hour. Panda, what division are you in?
He's also been here all 3 times. Or
He
the last
has.
2 days he's been in the chat, so.
What division you in, Panda?
CPR DND, if I remember right. No, he's not.
Whoa, what's this? Is that
DLC
Panda?
War.
Sammy, is that Panda's girlfriend? It is. How are we going to get these confused? we got Panda Zid and Panda Sam. That works. Right.
He did say the Panda Army was here, so that makes sense. You know, there's.
DLC and War is then.
chat.
We'll do that first, only because.
Alright.
And by all means, follow the channel. Follow the channel, and I'm hearing feedback from one of you guys.
It's Dio. It's definitely not me.
Yeah, you know what you're doing.
No one's ever said
Yeah.
that to him before.
Dio's a rookie.
Right. Have you finished killing yourself, Rand? Are we ready to go?
Oh yeah, I'm ready to go.
So we're going to start with Rourke and his tree dogs in the DLC war, shall we?
Alright, here we go.
For round 3.
Blah.
For round 3. You say that, there's not many wood elves in the pros. But this one has got a tree.
We've done a wood elf every day though. That's the thing. There's been a wood elf team every day.
That's
There's also
2
been
wood elf
teams,
teams
so I
we've
can't
done, and that's 2 days. Can I
This is
also
our third
point
wood elf
out?
team.
Can I also point out we've done more chaos every day than we've done wood elves total. Period.
Yeah, well, you know, chaos is fun.
I'm not convinced of that. See. Right. Anyway, this team. What can we tell about this team? Rourke's built a nice team here. They're in
One more
order.
answer.
His tree
not
man.
a
Why is his tree man in the middle?
Yeah, that's just weird.
Why would you do that? Movement 9 catch, agility 5 is absolutely beautiful. I like this. Movement 9 war dancer. Where's the other war dancer?
Not here.
Why not?
Died. Must have
He
died.
hasn't played a game yet. He's okay.
He's 1700 TVs. It must be
He
a
played
returning
last
team.
season. Nah, he played last season.
665 is his record, so he's probably played last season. So the war dancer
Four
must
kills
be.
inflicted. He plays them like dwarves. It's right.
Oh yeah, he is a dwarf. He is 100% a dwarf. So.
But he's
He
got
went
3
2-3-2
catches.
last season. So
He has got 3 catches.
with guard, look at all that guard on this wood elf team. That's just.
That's horrendous.
It's crazy.
And it's
He's
got
more guard.
a movement 3 tree. We like this, don't we? We like movement. He's got 13 games under his belt. 9 casualties in 13 games. That's horrendous.
Yeah, he uses his tree more than most wood elf coaches use their trees. You know.
In a
Yeah.
season, yeah.
He could put piling on into that tree and stand it up. It's
He
perfect.
could do, yeah, he could do. Unless it takes root. You can't pile on if you take the root. Did you know that?
No, that's annoying.
Well, it's
Yeah,
the
that's really
rules.
annoying.
You cannot
It's
volunteer.
the rules.
I don't even think I'd need to test it, but you can't use a skill that makes you go prone if you've taken root. So can you use wrestle? That's the
No,
question.
you can't. No.
Have you tried?
It's, as you said, for the rule for piling on, it's the same in the rule for wrestle.
Not that anybody would ever take wrestle on a tree. You know.
What?
Seems like the worst skill choice possible for a double, but you know.
You can't use anything that takes you
Pass
down.
block.
You can use take a skull. I took a skull on a tree that rooted once. No, I didn't. I took both down. I didn't have block, and it was a skink. and the skink stayed on the pitch and my tree died. I was so upset.
To be fair, I've done
Sounds
that
like
as
it.
well. When the tree's rooted, you take them
Yeah.
both down, and then your tree ends up broken armor, and you're
Yeah, it's just so
I do like
sad.
this team he's building it. I mean, there's lots of block. I mean, he's trying to be a dwarf with wood elves, which it might
It's so
backfire,
pretty.
but goes block before dodge. If we looked at the other wood elf team yesterday with dodge before block.
See, I would go dodge on everything first, just because it makes them so manoeuvrable. The only reason I didn't do that with my dark elves is because they're dark elves, and you know I want to punch stuff in the face.
Well, see, he wants to punch stuff in the face too. He does not play your typical wood elf work. So
No. Right, let me just do that. I forgot to take my meds, so I'll just do that while we're talking. So, what do we like about this? What? What do you mean? Oh God!
taking his pills, or he hasn't taken them yet. So that could be a rough show.
Could
For a
be.
fast team like Wood
What's
Elves to
this?
have that much movement up is going to be a pain in the ass.
He's
to deal
got
Oh yeah.
he's got a catcher here, and he gave it dump off on a double. Why didn't?
I mean, dump off's not a
How is
terrible
that a
skill. It really isn't. But
It's not, but
catchers don't have pass.
but you know what the
access.
problem with dump off is? In order to work, someone has to punch you in the face,
Yep.
and you don't want that
I mean,
happening.
It's a nice last ditch effort, you know, if he does get caught and he's got the ball, you know, nice little like throw it away. But I mean, there's probably a better double
Guard.
like another guard piece. Yeah, you could have had another guard piece. But,
I don't know. I'd like to see how
it's
this
a good
works.
team. He's got lots. He's got 2 movement 9 pieces. He's got an agi 5, which every elf
Strength
team
4.
wants an agi 5 piece.
Yeah.
He does have a strength 4.
And a tree
You know,
man
I
with
mean,
movement
it's a
3.
It's a pretty solid team overall.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. I
And
like
it's,
that.
and it's healthy. It's got 11. He's got 11 players, which is nice to say for a returning elf team. You know.
Yeah. So let's have a look at our vampires next up.
Yay! I love vampires.
Right. How many vamps have we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 vampires. Dio, you got to sort out that feedback I'm getting, man.
It's not me.
I'm not getting.
I've muted
I'm
the
not
laptop.
getting it anymore. Yeah, I'm not getting it anymore.
Oh, I was.
It might just be your mic now.
I don't know. Right.
Yeah.
Vampires.
I like this team.
Do you know what I don't
Doesn't
like
have-
about them? I spent a season with these guys, and he's taken block first. The thing I find with vampires is you need to have built-in rerolls as much as possible, so they need dodge for moving about and stuff like that. I found I was doing a lot of blocking and stuff with thralls, because then it saved rolling dice with vampires. He's only got 3 rerolls. I'm not sure if I can see leader somewhere.
He does. He's got leader on the top. Hillary of Clinton. Vampire.
So he's put leader on a vampire, which, again,
It's not
personal
bad.
preference.
Not bad.
But the trouble is, if that vampire goes and chews on somebody and leaves the pitch, you've lost leader.
If he doesn't chew on, yeah, and that's the thing is, that vampire's got pro though, so right, that's pro, right? That's not.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pro.
Yeah,
Pro's
it's
not
got-
bad.
Pro. I mean, I think it's a good call. I mean, you're not gonna put like if you get a double on a thrall, you're not gonna put leader on a thrall. I mean,
See, I did,
They're 80.
and he was invaluable.
they're AV7, and if you have to eat them, you're not gonna not eat him. You know, like it's more likely that thrall's gonna leave the pitch than that vampire. In my opinion, you know.
Yeah, I know I struggle with Doomfrog. This is team number 2. We looked at Wood Elves first.
We looked at Royk's Wood Elves. Yep.
Yeah, he's coming out the farm, I'm guessing, with 2 wins, 6 draws, 12 losses. I'm not sure. Did he play last season
No,
with these?
he played. These guys were there last season. It was their first season.
Does the 4th vamp have catch?
No, that looks like dodge.
Dodge.
It's dodge. Which is,
Dodge.
I mean, dodge is a good skill for vampires.
Yeah, it makes them move. Makes them move. Blodging
Yeah.
up quickly. I mean, I did take block on one of them, then it built into the Mighty Blow, the tackle, and he became a really good killing piece. But yeah, I mean, he's got this Thrall, the Agility 4 Thrall, is absolute golden, because you're picking up with the Thrall rather than the vampires. You haven't got to roll Bloodlust and stuff like that, allowing the vampires to be where they need to be. Hopefully not even moving while you recover the ball.
And he's only one SPP away from a level, so a vanity pass and he gets leveled up. And if he's carrying the ball, then if he needs to throw it, he's Agi 4, so he's already got a decent throw chance, you know, to throwing to Agi 4, you know. This team's in development stage, though. I mean, like you see, he's got a killer started. He's got the Agi 5 vamp, which is going to be a monster if he can develop, which is only one SPP away from a level as well.
I know vamps are in development until they hit about 1800 TV at least.
Well,
but
he's got two vamps that are going to level up probably the first game. I mean, he literally just has to do pass back and forth, and they level.
Fair few skills on thralls, so they'll be pumping his TV up a bit more than most vamps would.
Yeah.
He's got good skills, though. I mean, I like kick. Kick is a great skill.
Kick, wrestle are very nice.
Now,
what's that one there?
That dirty player? Is that a dirty player?
Yeah. Sorry.
Oh, he's bringing a dirty player. I love it. I love it. That's my favorite player right there. Of course, Beers gets the dirty player.
He could be a returning player, Panda, in which case he can have a higher TV. So if he's come back having played last season, that's fine. Dirty player's double-edged sword.
He played last season, though.
Yeah, he played last season.
He's a little bit over if he was a new team, so. It was 1400, right? Or is it 1450?
Yeah. No, it's
1400 plus.
And the max bonus TV you can have is 100, so.
Yeah. Yeah, this team's in development. They don't like playing agility teams, vampires, really. They prefer the bashier, grindy things because they can deal with that. So they're going to struggle against the Wood Elves. They're in development. They're going to struggle anyway. But they've got the basis of a great-looking team.
Ooh,
oh, he's
got the duffel altered as well. So.
Oh, I didn't even check that.
What star players do?
I don't know what vampires get for a star player. That's not.
William Cheney's good.
Do they get Cheney?
Yeah, Cheney's good for him.
Like, damn, I'd get Cheney every time. And in this Claypool, he's got five teams that he's going to be getting a lot of inducements against. So.
And he gets Count Cost a lot.
Doesn't sound like a good one if he costs a lot.
Count Luther's great. I used him against Trip last season, and Trip blitzed him on his first time and killed him. He's dead. Didn't regen, and I never got to use him.
Oh man, that hurts.
Oh, it was good fun. Who's next then? Khemri.
The Khemri, I love it. I love seeing more Khemri. It'll be the next team I bring into the league if I bring one in.
That is some high TV as well.
Oh yeah, that is a nasty, nasty screen now I'm looking at.
He's got the AG up Blitzer and
You've
AG
not
up
missed
Roller.
much, Monk. You've not missed much. We're on team 3.
This is
Agi
a
up
nice
on
team.
Khemri is amazing. Movement up. I don't know about movement up on a skeleton. I feel like that might be a little bloaty.
Yeah.
They're so slow that
But he's
I
got a
would
bust
argue
on him
that
as well.
Khemri are slower than dwarves, so
He's got a niggle. He's 90k. Look at the Blitz Raw, which is already a better piece.
Yeah, ditch that player.
And he's
With the movement up and a niggle, he needs to go. I wouldn't say they were slower than dwarves by the simple means that they're all faster than dwarves.
except for the Tomb Guardians.
Well, you got 4 players that move
actually,
in 4.
he's got a movement up. He's got a movement up Tomb Guardian, which I like that better than the movement up skeleton. I don't mind movement up on a. I don't know about first level, but it's still.
But it's developed. It's ready to go. We've got a couple of blocking Tomb Guardians, plenty of guard. Teams are going to struggle to break him down. A lot comes down to how are these going to do with scoring. You stick 2 touchdowns and these aren't winning the game. Because it's rare that Khemri score 3.
Oh yeah, and
And the Wood Elves can do that.
and so can Vance. I mean, the Vance can kind of run around these guys too.
Yeah, they got the movement for it.
I just like his developed. He's got super developed Tube Guardians, with 3 of them have block, which is amazing.
This team,
he's even got a blodge.
8 wins, 9 draws, 20 losses. This team, I wouldn't be surprised to see it in the pros looking the way it looks. That's a tough team for anyone to play against.
And it's developed really well, and that's the thing with Kemry. They start off super slow, so his record probably doesn't really match with his skill, because, I mean, leveling up Kemry is rough.
Hard work. Yeah, very hard work.
Yeah.
Right, what we got next? Doomfrog, is he still here? I hope so.
Oh, this team that should have been in the pros last season.
We the Norse. 1950 TV. Wow.
It's a very solid team.
They shouldn't be in this division.
Fix your roster. This is ugly. It's actually not terrible, but it is out of position.
It's 1950 TV with a journeyman
10 players.
As well.
Yeah. Doomfrog, you need to sort this out. Look, it's a mess. Move this runner here, number 5, and swap him with number 7. Do us all a favour. And then bunch up these linemen. Just tidy it up, man.
It's a nice team, though. I mean, this team is developed pretty
look
well.
at the strength. 5 strength 4, a strength 5, agility 4.
Yeah, he's got a good team.
This niggling Ulfwerner is a concern. What's he got? Wrestle, tackle.
He's got wrestle, which means he's going to be on the ground, which means fouls galore.
Yeah, and Panda wants this team to play the Camry first so they can kill each other as good as possible, making his life easier later on. I approve. I like that tactics. You transferred in a niggle. Doomfrog transferred in somebody, and we was talking about a niggle guy.
That's probably the one.
Why would you transfer in a niggle?
I don't probably understand. In the same mindset as him. I don't think niggle's as bad as people say it is. I mean, especially like he's AV8. You know, he's strength 4. I mean, how often is he going to really be getting punched? I mean, in this play pool, we've already seen. You know,
it's not him getting punched. He's running 10. He's running 10 men, so he's got 11 with the loner. Once he takes a couple of casualties or knockouts, which will happen, they're Norse, he's now on his lonesome. He goes wrestle, he goes on the floor, and along comes the Kemry and stamps on his face. And that's him dead because he rolls a 9. I don't know. But like he says, he's after the skill set. He's after the wrestle, tackle, strip ball, break, tackle skill set, which is a nice set to have. You can't fault that. I hope it works. It's a shame there's not a way to sort of get the dock in and sort these problems out, isn't there?
Yeah, this isn't Blitz. We do that in Blitz, but not in the regular league. So.
His thrower's looking good. Agility, accurate, leader. Who's he throwing to, though? That's the only thing that concerns me.
The Agi 4, Strength 4 runner?
Yeah, that works every time.
Catch? Is that catch?
Catch, dodge, Strength 4, agility, sure hands.
I'm not sure about the sure hands. Maybe he's turned that into his ball carrier.
Yeah, see, I would ditch the thrower. He's only got 1 reroll, so that's maybe why he's keeping him.
Yeah.
I'd be interested to know, you in the chat, Doomfrog. Did the thrower start off as your ball carrier first, and now it's the runner, or was it the other way round? Because I'd be looking at ditching the thrower once you've got that reroll, and then running with
both his runners have sure hands, and his thrower doesn't. So it just doesn't. I don't know. Why have a thrower if you got sure? Like, sure hands doesn't help with anything but picking up the ball and carry it. You know. So.
I mean, in my experience with Norse, which is limited, I only played him at tournaments. I would have just stopped with the question, why have a thrower? Because
Yeah, you're right.
I
I've
carry
talked
with the
about that
runner.
a lot too.
I think the runner does everything they need. If he has sure hands, it changes it. Like the Orc thrower, I know there's dispute over that, but he has sure hands. The Norse thrower brings nothing to the party, in my view.
Yeah, I almost would have taken sure hands over accurate in that first level after Agi. Uh,
The sure hands is the stop strip ball, so I'm guessing you are picking up with the runners. Oh, you're picking up with a thrower, giving the ball to the runner, so you've shifted the ball forward quicker. Yeah, that makes sense.
yeah, one's happened, and that's just he only has 2 rerolls, so you know, anything that has a built-in reroll is useful. And
Yeah,
so
they're golden.
When you only have 2 rerolls, but I don't know. I like the team though. I mean, this our third Norse team. All 3 Norse teams had throwers, right? I know Trips did. I don't remember if Chase's had a thrower.
See, I'm looking at the Yeti right now, and we've missed this piece, and he's coming with block, mighty blow, guard, stand firm, break tackle. He's a nice looking piece.
Oh yeah, he's a beast.
Yeah, see, this team's going to cause bother in this division. They've got everything they
I
need.
thought they were going to cause bother last season, but
I think it's the lack of players could haunt them, but you know the Khemri could cause a problem there. Depends who's going heavy with the boot. Let's have a look at Kerwent, the humans. I remember these from last year because we was talking about where Kerwent is, and it's about a mile and a half from where I live.
Or is this Carrot's other team? I mean, Goron's team.
Gillen's team, yeah.
This is Carrot's second team. Oh gosh. I mean, it looks a lot better than it did last year. I think they developed it nicely.
Developed it nicely.
Block ogre.
Up throwers quite nice.
Agility 4 blitz is nice.
Big guy is always nice.
I'd like to hope he'll carry with the thrower. 3 points to skill, and then that agility 4 blitzes at the breakdown to recover the ball and do what he's got to do.
Oh, he's got the catcher, movement 9 catcher. Yeah, that's that sure feet. Dang. It's for one time right there. He's on. I mean, he only needs to push and he's running through. I mean, he's got 2 throwers, which I have never been a fan of having 2 throwers on the team, but they both ended up getting movement up, which is kind of gross if you think about it.
The thing is with the human team.
7.
The thing is with the human team, I think they're one of the few that might get away with it, only because you get so much for your buck, really. But you can pick the ball up, you can have one either side. If you've got a couple of catches, you can shift the ball nicely. I don't think it's an invalid tactic. Whereas Wood Elves, I wouldn't take 2 throwers. Orcs, I wouldn't take 2 throwers. But humans, I can see it. Never played humans in a league. I don't know.
Neither of them have block because of the way they've leveled, which is kind of it could be a rough thing. But the thing that I'm looking at is a lack of catchers, and they're only strength 2, so a lot of people don't like using them. But I feel like humans need 2 or 3 because they're movement 8 out the box, and they're amazing, you know. And I mean, he's got 120k in the bank, so I mean, if I was him, I'd buy a catcher, rookie catcher right after game 1. I probably would have bought it before the season, but.
Panda's pointed out he's got a rookie blitzer, which isn't a sad thing. He's only got 3 points away, and a couple of rookie linemen. How many games has this team played? I think this is their 2nd season. 6-2-11. So they're in development. They're coming along nicely. They're going to certainly put some pain on people with those 3 blitzers. And the ogre with block.
It's getting there.
Yeah.
I don't see any problems with it.
No, I mean this is the thing with
because of some of the TVs in the MML that it doesn't look as good as it actually is.
Yeah, I
mean,
think
it's that's the thing is humans are like probably one of the most TV efficient teams. In my opinion, I feel like they don't. I mean, he's got a lot of stat ups and he's still only at 1570 with 12 players. You know. I mean, he's TV efficient, and I think he's going to be able to punch up, especially with like get a wizard with his agi and movement guys. Take a wizard against some of these teams.
The trouble with humans, They are very TV efficient, like you say, but even the best looking human team still looks a bit, yeah. You know,
Yep.
it's lacking that spice that other teams have. But that's why they're humans, I
Yeah,
suppose. They
average
react to
strength,
everything.
average agility, average armor,
They're the
slightly
66%
above
team.
average movement.
Well, 6 is supposed to be average. You got 4 with movement 7.
Well, you
I
got
know.
the movement 7 and the movement 8,
6. He's got
so
6 movement 7 on this team.
Yeah.
So I mean,
They'll do well.
and he's gonna get another catcher. But that's what I mean. He's got inducements. There's only a few teams that aren't going to be giving him inducements. You know.
Well, you look at this. Number 2 will go up a level within 2 games. Number 4 will go up a level within a game or 2. Number 5 will go up a level. Number 6 is due to go up a level. Number 9 is due to go up a level. Number 11 is due to go up a level. And if the MVP lands right, so does number 12. That's a lot of people going up levels. That's 120k worth of TV straight away there.
Oh yeah, we can see a totally different team next season if they stay healthy.
Well, within 3 games. Within 3 games, it could be a totally different team.
Yep.
I like them. Foundations is there.
I love humans. I mean, a lot of people don't like playing humans, but I love the humans, and
Right.
you know, it's a good team.
So, best behaviour for this one. Let's have a look at the boss's team.
Oh gosh,
Yeah.
I like this
oh,
team,
that's
but
just disgusting. You should change team to something prettier.
Well,
Dark
I know
elves.
he's
You should go
got-
dark elves.
he's got another tail look, another lasso, as he calls them.
I think Peach would do well with bondage.
Give him dark elves, yes.
he's got a lot of players on the team, but a lot of them are hurt. I don't know if those are MNGs or niggles or what. But
Let's have a look. The bull centaur's got armor bust.
that's a bummer.
It's got 130k.
Chorf has armor.
Chorf armor bust. These hobgoblins have got to be missed next games, because anything else you'd sack them. Surely.
Nope, there's one niggle. There's one niggle. Number 15
What?
niggled.
White derp. So this is we go back to Carrot, and the poor guy takes a knock in, but he's trying to do something different with Chaos Dwarfs after having 4 killer pieces. This is doing something different with Chaos Dwarfs. He has opportunities here for claws, and he's taken tails instead. There's no claw here at all.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
To be honest, it's a very Preach playstyle team.
Yeah.
It's still a good team too. Like everybody thinks that shorts have to have claws, but this team's still competitive. Like they made the playoffs last season. You know.
Well, look at their
they're a
record:
good team.
17-3-10.
Yep.
Unfortunately, he is a good coach.
17-3-10.
Most of the time, anyway.
Preach is an okay coach. Like he's average. And he'll be the first one to tell you that. He'll tell you he's not good, but you know.
No, I
Yeah,
like
you
that.
say the same.
And I'm not good though.
Where Dio's telling me how good he is all the time.
Yeah, Dio talks about how great he is every day.
Right, let's go on to the Underworld Denzins. Who,
There's not
to
much to say
me,
about these guys. They look fresh.
yeah,
Steve Nash is a newer guy to the MML, so he must have just kind of jumped
Yeah,
in.
they don't look fresh. They are fresh with
They are fresh.
the
Yeah.
TV 1000 team.
their statistics are 0-0-0. You don't get any fresher
Yep.
than that.
So
There you go.
that's cool. I mean, his first season he's bringing in fresh Underworld, which I think there's a lot better teams you could bring in fresh to have a better season. You know.
But they got some nice inducements to play with, so he could have fun with those.
And the only team that he's really going to hate is Preachers with the tackle.
Hmm,
Other than that, it's no teams are properly
I don't know. The Norse
aimed
could.
for taking out elves.
The Norse love to beat up on elves and stunties.
Yeah.
The Norse
the
love
Norse
to beat
will-
up on everyone.
They struggle
Yeah, the
more
Norse
against
will-
the orcs and stuff like that because of the high armor. High armor.
Yep.
I still love
But
to
he
beat them up. Just
They love to
not
try
quite so
anyways.
successfully.
Try, and in Doomfrog's case, they try.
So that's a good point. We've got here Master Splinter's a Skaven Thrower. Then you've got Splinter, 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 Splinter as your linemen and blitzers. You've got Shredder and Leonardo. Shredder's the troll. Leonardo, Raphael, Michelangelo, and Donatello, your goblins. I like that. Casey
I don't know
Jones.
if I like that. They should have been the Skaven, I think.
He's only got
Those
5
goblins are gonna
rats.
die.
He's only got 5 rats.
Yeah. And they're
So
all
he's going
splinters.
proper themed out there. I like
No,
this.
he's come for the 3 rolls and the apple instead of the extra thrower.
Yeah.
Which I
Well,
don't know. I don't know. I mean, it might be good, but I mean, you as Underworld, you probably want all your rats, but
yeah,
okay,
it's
I mean,
all
cheap.
about the extra strength.
He'll get there. I'd
Well.
imagine it'll be the first purchase.
So we've got to be nice to this team now, the Orcs, because his girlfriend's watching in the channel.
Oh no, no,
Yeah.
no, don't hold anything back.
1280 Orcs.
So
He's 222,
He's a
so
new
straight
coach.
out,
He's-
straight out the farm. And we
Yep.
welcome Panda to the league.
I mean, to be fair, it's a very underdeveloped team, but he's in a good play pool, I think, to develop. Maybe not win a lot of games, but he's here. He's going to develop. I'm not sure I like the armor up on a lineman, but
Yeah, I saw that. Armor 10, don't like it. Personal preference, I think movement is much better.
I can't think of any players I take armor up on over the movement.
No,
I would take armor up on
no one.
maybe a war dancer, like a
No.
berserker.
No, no,
Word
no.
answer, I would
Go.
definitely take movement.
Movement 9 is so much better than movement 8.
Armor 8 is so much better than armor 7.
Yeah, until the claw comes along and rips it off you. But
You're right, but how many claws are in this? I mean, I'm just saying. Either way, we all agree that the linemen probably should not have gotten an armor up. But I mean, like you said, it's personal preference, and I probably wouldn't
Yep.
give the lineman movement up either. I probably would not have given him
but
movement.
you stick him on the front line, there's a good chance he's getting up again. In which case, oh Dio, you got some fluff about this team.
Yes, ZJ ignored his girlfriend for quite a substantial amount of time based on how much fluff he's put into it.
Well, well, you say that. Was it the fact that he ignored her, or did she write it for him?
Ooh,
Ooh,
yeah. I mean,
because I personally can't write, so anything that's written by me is largely for my wife. So come on then, Dio, tell us all about it. I'm gonna grab a chocolate bar.
Well, most of it was in regards to the German naming of his team. Just translations for the names.
So Dio, before we go
Very
on,
standard. Oh,
I have a question for you. Are you going to tell us what's in it, or actually read it to us so we can find out for ourselves?
no, I'm not even going to try and pronounce it.
Dio can't read. Don't
You
worry.
can't read. Let me see. Let me see. I might have something here for you.
Knochenbreaker means bone breaker. Grosskiefer is big jaw. Hirschlinger
look at him
is
go.
heart helper. It's been a long time since I read German, so. Although I do like this one actually. Elfenfresser is elf eater.
Yes, elf eater. I love it.
Well, there
So
we
number
go.
6 better be getting tackle.
Elf Eater. He's
I
due
don't.
a level up.
He's one SPP away. Yeah, he's. My thing is he went Mighty Blow first on a Black Orc, which
Yeah.
I'm not. I mean, it's not a bad move. It really is not a bad move. But I'm of the firm belief that if you're doing orcs, that you want block on all your Black Orcs.
Yeah.
No, I generally take
First.
Mighty Blow and Guard after getting a couple with block.
See,
Yeah, your fourth Black Orc might take Mighty Blow first or something, you know.
here's the thing.
But
If you would ask me when we was playing Blood Bowl 1, what I would doing, then for me, you want to be blocking and guarding, and the blitzers are looking guard, so that you can build the team over a long period of time. The trouble is, you've got 12 seasons with these boys, and then they start retiring, so time gets a bit precious. I don't know how precious that is, because it's quite a lot of games, and it does. Mighty Blow leads to a faster. Mighty Blow might lead to a faster block, but Mighty Blow also leads to them dying quicker because they don't have block.
Especially against teams like Norse, which are in this play pool where they're all at block, and 1 in 9s are going to happen, you know?
Yeah, 1 in 9s use up the rerolls. Block and guard wins games, leads to more money. More money means you can replace players. It's 2 different spirals, and the top of the mountain is always the same. There's just 2 ways to climb it, I think.
Well, here's the deal. To be honest, though, he's not in a bad play pool other than maybe the Norse. So he's probably going to have an okay season even without the block. So.
I mean, don't get me wrong. It's not a mistake, in my opinion, one way or the other. It's just two different things. For me, I tend to go with the safety first. It's all about risk management and putting Mighty Blow. Mighty Blow's a fickle skill. You know full well he's going to roll 6 against Norses and get your Mighty Blow to make 7 and go nowhere. Either that or he's rolling 8, in which case he doesn't need it anyway. Because that's just Nuffle being a dick, and I said it. Nuffle's a dick. The only concern I see on this team is this guy here, this lineman with a niggle.
Niggle, yeah.
You know, armor 9 goes so far, but 4, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 players, 110 cash. I don't know. I'd consider ditching him and getting a new one.
I probably would have fired him and just hired a new one. Yeah, I probably would have fired him and hired a new one if it was me. But,
yeah. He might be
waiting. He's spending money on unless he's trying to get a. He doesn't even have level 2 stadium, so he's not trying to get stadium enhancement.
He might be saving up for the stadium to get the stadium enhancement.
Who knows? I don't know what you get as orcs either, but.
Yeah, it's a level 1 stadium, so it's got a bit of time. I mean, I'd be considering... It doesn't really need another reroll, so what's the cash for? See if the guy goes up a level, but what skill, in you two's opinion, would stop you sacking a niggle on a rookie lineman?
I don't think there is one.
No.
Dirty players about it.
Yeah, but you sack him and get a new one.
Dirty player is not bad though. You put dirty player on him and then he's fouling and then he gets sent off from the foul instead of getting killed. You know?
Yeah.
Which is, I mean, yeah, that's what a dirty player's for, right?
I mean, but the thing is, after that first game, assuming it all goes well, he's going to pick up 30-40k. If he picks up the 40k, he's now at cap for his cash. So he can play one more game. And then it's cash in, sack Lyman, buy new one. So he's got 2 games left, that guy, to, I don't know, do something magical. My concern is while he's on the pitch, while he's playing, he runs the risk of taking star player points that another new guy could be taking.
Yep.
But it's...
but the thing is, I just realized, look at how close a lot of these... He's got 2 Black Orcs that are super close to leveling up.
Yeah.
He's got 2 Blitzers that are really close to leveling up. So.
Yeah, 3 Black Orcs.
The one with Mighty Blow is only, a couple cads away, so... 1, 2, 3. So you got 5 players that could level up in the first game, really.
Well, it's 6 possibly. If you get 2 casualties on the Black Orcs, MVP lands on the Black Orcs, 2 casualties on the Blitzer, and that lineman scores a casualty, that's 6 players going up right there. And that transforms his team massively. Massively.
I mean, I think if they had one more farm game, they would have looked... Yeah, one more farm game, I think they would have been, a little bit better off. But I mean, this is not a bad play pool for him to come into, so... No,
I mean, the team's early, it's new, it's being developed, it's being built, it's in a right place. There's no mistakes now at this stage, so please don't think, Panda, we're saying there's mistakes. It's just our feelings on things. And now this
the Underworld team first.
Oh yeah,
that would be quite.
Hate it.
Well, this is the thing. See, you look at the player pool, and him and the Underworld are, a good 300 TV behind most anyway. I would be
He's still
looking.
given.
And I'd be looking at appos for every game, just to say I don't think my armor's going to fail, but if it does, I'm keeping a fit team. Use this season to play out a development season. Don't worry about the results too much. If it starts going downhill and you're against the grain, do you know what? Stay down on the floor. Don't get up. Don't get mauled by, their killers or whatever it is. Stay out of the way. Take the result as it is, build the cash, build the team, take the star player points, and get it to exactly where you want it. That's what I'd be doing if I was one of those two teams.
The only thing
this
I will
is the
say
first...
is
Go ahead.
I'll be disappointed if the troll doesn't knock over Royk's tree.
Right?
But Royk's tree will just get back up again, so why chase it?
Oh no, it's just sheerly for the name.
Yeah.
The troll got the name from falling asleep on a tree, knocking it over. He has to do it again.
So, gentlemen, who's winning this division?
Oh, gosh. I'm going to go with the Norse.
I was thinking Norse.
I'm
Close.
actually thinking the Camry.
I was thinking closely followed by Camry.
See, I'm gonna have to like toss a coin to decide between Camry or the Shorts, because the Shorts have made the playoffs before. Preach is self-proclaimed bad coach, but he's not a bad coach. He's been around for a long time. I just think it'll be a toss-up. But I think the Norse, other than the Shorts, the Norse have great matchups across the board. Even Camry. Camry's probably not true. They have a lot of mighty blow, so it's kind of.
This is
could
it.
be rough, but I just think
the Norse are going to enjoy. The Norse will enjoy playing the Underworld, the Wood Elves, the Vampires to a certain degree. They won't mind playing the humans. Shorts is going to be a tough one. They negate each other's benefits in block and tackle. But the Yeti, if he plays his game, and it's a nice Yeti, could have a field day there. And then it just leaves you the Orcs left and the Khemri. I think the Norse are going to be too much for the Orcs. Although the Orcs can start doing things like inducing Ripper, and then saying, "Well, let's see how good your big guy really is." I'd love to see a lot of Ripper being played because he's a great big guy.
If the Norse get the Orcs first game, the Orcs are going to have a rough day, and it could be rough for them. But if the Orcs wait a little bit and the Norse get the Orcs, 3 or 4 games down the road after they've got all those level ups, it could be rougher. It could be going either way at that point.
Well, see, you say that the Orcs are quite easy first game. Take in Ripper, take a Wizard, take an Apo, and a Bribe, and say, well, anything goes down, I'm going to kick. Ripper's going to do the business of looking after your troll. I've got my own troll and Black Orcs. Let's see what you've got. And all of a sudden, the Norse don't have the guard to deal with it all.
Do Orcs get chainsaws?
Yes.
I would take a chainsaw over a Wizard for Orcs any day.
Yeah,
especially
you could do that.
Norse.
You could do that. You could do that. It opens up avenues.
Yeah. Chainsaw versus Norse is amazing, I feel. Anything 87 saws are just monsters.
Yeah, I'd be looking at the same with the Underworld. I'd be looking at my inducements largely being preservation inducements rather than being aggressive inducements to try and win the game.
The Orcs are surprising though. Zid's not a bad coach. He's a good coach. He's new to the MML, but he's a good coach. If they develop in the first game or two, they could be, they could be pretty scary. They could be a wild card coming out of nowhere,
They could be.
And the Royk's Tree Dogs, they're Wood Elves. They can win games.
Yeah.
They can win games. So.
Who's going to finish bottom?
I'm going to say the Underworld just because they take quite a long time to develop.
And even develop their hard work.
This is not a terrible play pool for him.
Absolutely destroy a team, but
they're glass cannons, and at the moment they're just glass. There's no cannon with them at the minute.
I
they,
think. I mean, the thing is, he's probably going to stay pretty healthy. This isn't a bad play pool for a fresh
no.
Underworld team, except for the Chorfs. There might not be a team left after that game. So
Apparently, the Underworld is a cop-out answer. But
well, you know who's going to take second to the bottom doom is probably the Vampires. I'm calling that. So I think the Orcs will finish above the Vampires.
I think the Orcs are going to do okay. I think they do okay.
The Humans, if you look, their first season was last season, and they went one win, 6 losses last season.
Yeah.
Which is a pretty rough season. Could have been Nuffled. I mean, or I don't know how he plays. I haven't seen him go on play.
But they're in a much better place now.
They are, and this is not a bad play pool. I mean, I keep saying that. This play pool just seems, out of all the play pools we've seen, it just seems like the most friendly play pool. There's only one claw piece in the entire pool, you know, like.
Which is golden. But this team, Cohen, they just got them up again on the screen. They were a good-looking team compared to last season, if you recall. There's hope for them. Yeah, and I'd expect them to do a hell of a lot better. You know, pushing the top half of the division at least. Yeah, right. Let's move on. Different new play pool. We're going to the pros, I believe.
Yay! We're gonna talk about Dio.
Not if you're going pros.
What? No,
wait.
Dio. We finished with Dio.
Dio got relegated. I forgot. Dio's not a good coach. I forgot.
Exactly.
Right.
Which one are we doing now? What's our last pro one? I can't remember.
We've done that. It must be DVC and WAG. Nope, we've done them. DW? Is it DW?
It's got to be DW.
Yeah, Whiskey Tornado Chaos first.
No, didn't we do this one? We did this one.
We did this one.
So it's either fail or SGC.
We've done fail.
Have we done? We've done. Oh, we haven't done glowworms. We did not do glowworms.
We did not
do NTB or laser. Yeah, so this is it. It's the SCC
Which one?
WFC.
Right, SCC.
SCC is my old conference.
That's my pleasure, Panda. That's my pleasure. As I say, follow the channel, my friend, and keep on board what's going on.
Ooh, this is gonna be a fun play pool. Oh man.
Right, Rats 220. NTB.
Jeez.
He's a good coach, this guy.
He's crazy. Yeah.
He's got Rat Ogre. Rat Ogres are the thing in the MML, aren't they? Look at that, it's organised.
Third one.
This is the healthiest I think I've ever seen his team.
And look at all the red crosses.
Missing.
You say that as they're all like injured.
Red crosses.
He's got like half the team, over half the team's got a red cross on it, a perm. You know.
Oh. Look at it.
This team's been around forever.
But look at this. 3 legends and one 22 points away. Too Fast, Too Fury, Agility 6. I've played this team. I got promoted to the pros on my first season after 2 games. And then my first game was this lot. And they had an Agility 5 gutter run to go with it. I swear they did. He must have been busted.
Yeah, he is just above AG6.
He's Agi 5, but he's got Agi down. So now he's Agi
251.
And he, every single turn into the cage with 2 heads and agility, I don't know what, knocking the ball loose, because he had wrestle, tackle, strip ball, and whatever else he wanted. He could shoot fireballs out of his arsehole like head, and the ball would come loose, and somebody else would come in and get it, and it finished, I think, either a draw or a narrow loss to me, because he run out of players and I just beat the shit out of what was left. I'd like to hope I have something to do with some of these crosses, but yeah, I played this team. Those gutter runners were deadly.
played them twice. Once I basically pitch cleared it. The other time the claw just destroyed me.
Yep. Yeah. Well, I seem to recall.
I like this pass block on these gutter runners. I really am liking that skill a lot more on the agile pieces.
He admits himself that it's never used, but
That's because people don't
will
throw the
not
ball.
pass within a section of the pitch. So it's not actively doing anything, but still a massive help to me.
It doesn't do anything other than control where people pass, so it's happening in the background. I mean, me personally don't generally have issues with interceptions and pass block because I control if I'm going to throw the ball to where I'm going to throw it. That said, that sort of shit's there for desperation times where they've got no choice, they have to throw the ball, but generally by that time, you know, you're leading anyway, so it's, I don't know, it's a funny skill. It's a funny skill, pass block.
So it's going to make someone do the extra GFI or the extra move, like the extra 2 GFIs to get out of the way to not pass, you know. It makes you know, you're going to have to do things that you maybe don't want to do to get around it. And so it's a very passive skill, and it probably gets used never, but it works. It's working all the time when someone's trying to throw, you know. I mean,
well, it's like
sure you're not throwing around them.
Yeah, it's like Strip Ball in a War Dance. We was talking yesterday about how in the background it dictates who's going to carry the ball, how they're going to carry the ball, how they set up their defensive. So it's even got a passive value to it, and pass block works similar. Would I be passing? No. Would I be passing if there's pass block on the field? Well, it's still a no. Unless it's desperate, in which case, do you know what? Sling the ball and just pray that it gets to the other end. Sometimes you've got no choice, and that's where pass block works.
I'd like to point out the Hantavirus, the 378 TV guy, or SPB guy, 103 matches played, 105 touchdowns scored. The guy is a machine.
Who are we looking at?
He used to be moving 10. He used to be moving 10, but now he's so injured.
How many games? 103 games. So he's slightly behind the Wood Elf catcher we spoke about the other day.
And he's caught out. He's with the other. What's the other star player that was up there? I don't remember. But I want you to look at go into his screen, player screen, and look at his injuries. This guy, who he refuses to get rid of, is a cripple by himself. He's got more injuries by himself than most teams have.
Which one are we looking at?
Movement and armor.
Hantavirus. Where are we looking for him? Where is he?
The gutter runner on top, the same gutter runner we've been talking about.
Oh yeah.
Just look at his injuries.
He's got a double niggle as well as the 2 stat downs.
2 niggles, movement and armor. Wow.
It's awesome, and he's still alive.
Yeah.
Those niggles have been around for a long time, though. Those are multiple seasons of double niggles that he's still alive.
I think with a player like him, you want to get rid of him because he's becoming a liability to the team. However, he brings so much to the team that sticking a rookie in there is just a massive gap.
At this point, it's more guaranteed. It's more fluff, more attachment to this player than it is that he's bloated or whatever. You know, he's been around 100. He's played 103 matches for this team.
Yeah.
You know,
this is it. You can't get rid of him. You can't get rid of him. Well, let's have a look. Where's the team statistics? He might have been drafted in.
That's
42, 27, 45.
Han's been with the team from the start.
Yeah.
So he's played 115 games he's played?
Yeah, so he's not quite from the start. He was 8 games or so were played before. Oh, well, maybe he's been... No, he's probably been with the team the whole time. He just
missed a few.
MNGs and all those injuries, he missed some games.
Well, there's 4 or 5 misses there straight away. But wow. Right, let's press on. We could look at his busted team for all the time. Glowworm.
Love it.
Glowworm.
Necro.
Necro. Score and claw. Claw and score.
What's up with everybody in Necro? The Necro's the new Skaven this season. Oh, his team's sorted. That's good. That's already a bonus.
He's still got that
Sorted team.
agility 4, strength 4 werewolf. He's a nice piece. He's going to hit legend, I reckon. One flesh golem missing. That's going to cause him a problem for game 1. Could do with guard on the other. But yeah, you looking down that list.
Oh, that's a niggle. That's a niggle on that flesh column too, by the way.
Oh, that's a bad thing. It's a solid team. It's played High Cavalier. This is the second play pool. We've just started this one. We started with one of the challenge leagues. We're now doing a pro. We're going back to the challenge to finish off. Yeah, 15-10-9. It's a solid Necro team that's coming towards the end of its development into its let's mean business now. It's going to win games. It is winning games. Glow knows what he's doing with Necro.
Well, he made pros after this was his first season with them in the CL last year, right?
No, he played a season in the pros
he's
beforehand.
played this for a while.
He played pros, missed the season, I think, and then.
Oh yeah, he came back. This is his second season after he came back, right? He joined halfway through or something like that last season.
Yeah.
Barely made the playoffs, but did make the playoffs.
No, it's a tidy looking team. I like them.
I mean, there's nothing like standing out to me. That wolf is kind of.
The Wolf's a standout player.
Yeah, the wolf should probably die.
The Wolf's a standout player.
Pretty normal for everything else is pretty normal for Necro. Pretty good.
Enough to foul with,
Not
which
sure.
is what he wants.
He's got a blodge stepping werewolf, which I don't know. I'm not a Necro player, but I've never seen. That's like probably the first one I've seen.
Well, let's
He's got step on both of his werewolves.
have a look at Laser Trip and his Bretts.
Ah, this team. I love this team.
What do you think? Laser
Really cool.
dropped out the pros after miss out on the final again. He played the final, missed out in the final game, but his lizards were too banged up, and he came in with this last season. So these are their second season, and look at them now. The blitzers are starting to take shape nicely. The line is exactly where you'd expect. He's got enough people to be fouling if he wants to. The blockers need development.
But with 3 guards, it's...
And one of them's a point away.
Although it always annoys me having the wrestle on them. The
Yeah.
wrestle on the guard.
I like wrestle, especially on linemen. I mean on the not linemen, but on those pieces. I just like wrestle, just especially with a foul. Like you're gonna wrestle someone down and then you're gonna boot them with their dirty player. You know, and that's what are peasants for.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Like I said yesterday, if you're not fouling with peasants, they're bloat. So
Yeah. Yeah, and he's got a 14-man roster for a reason, and it's not for, a bench for casualties. Yeah. You don't want to be playing this early on.
Team, and he plays this team really well. They didn't make the playoffs last season. They took third in the play pool. He got promoted because of there was a lot of dropouts, so he took the promotion. It might
6,
be,
11, 8.
It might be he might have a rough season in this pool. It's a little. I mean, they're a little underdeveloped. They're pretty well developed. They're getting there.
So tell me, Rand.
Skills away.
So this team finished third. They had option for promotion, and he took it. Could he have turned it down?
Yes, he could have said no.
So how does the promotion work? The 2 that win, the top 2 in the division go up, or is it 2 that go into the pro finals?
The 2 that make it to the finals.
The only guaranteed promotion are the 2 in the finals.
Right.
After that, it goes by if like this is season like 8 pro teams dropped out, right?
Yeah.
And then it goes by record, by your points at that point. So the highest team after the 2 final teams will go, and then it just goes down and down.
Is it they get given an option? So if you was the 3rd best team, you could turn around and say, "Nah, I'm staying where I am."
Yep, and I actually twice Plague would have got promoted to the pros if I had stayed or said yes, but I said no because I wanted to make him go through the challenge
Yeah.
of making the finals. So.
Yeah.
Which that actually turns out it backfired and my team's dead. So
There we
whatever.
are.
But
Okay.
so yeah, he did say yes, and I mean, and Laser's been in the pros a long time. He's been around a long time. He's a great coach. So I think he'll have fine. He'll be fine. I just think they might struggle a little bit. So.
Talking of coaches that have been around forever, V-Power, Vampires.
This team.
Well, I'd like to point out
It's no
number
longer a
4.
team.
Number 4. Let's have a look at number 4, Count Dracula. This guy was mine last season. 21 games. Of
course, we're gonna look at him now.
16 casualties this guy caused in 21 games. I've already had complaints to me about me selling him to V-Power, but I hope he fits in well there.
You say this isn't a team, but this is probably the most ideal team you want. You want loaders to be biting. That's what you want to bite the loaders. He's gonna have a whole army of loaders that he can feed on. And V-Power made it to the semifinals of the pro playoffs last season with this team. So
and he never had
a team.
It's not even a squad. He 25-8-14. We was talking about good records yesterday with Tripp and Gerd. 25-8-14. Think about that with Vampires. That is something special. He made the semi-finals with no team, with a couple of players, and now he's added to it with the legend that is Count Dracula.
I love this team, and V-Power is a superb coach. So
yes,
he just does his thing.
Thunden's just thanked me for a kiss of death. Did we tip him to win yesterday or something?
I think all of us that were on there said that he was gonna win or something of that sort.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, this team, there's not much to talk about really. They've got there it is. So Thunden, we think you're going to do well. That's all I can say. I'm joining your pointy-eared freaks this season anyway, so hopefully next season we'll get to throw down. But Vampires, they started up movements, which is great. Movement 8 Vampires golden, 3 of them agility plus. He's got the ball carry and throw. He's got everything he needs in those first 5 players. He's got nothing after those 5 players.
He's got 5 players.
Well, he needs food after those first 4.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. Let's get it straight. The agility 4 Thrall has almost earned his place on this pitch. He's the ball carrier. He's not food. The rest is food.
Yeah, but the 5th one doesn't need food. He eats normal stuff.
How do you know what Thralls eat?
Right. Let's go on to a good friend of mine with his Kislev, Joe Fro.
Oh, Fro, I love this team.
I love Joe Fro. He's a lovely guy. I love Joe Fro. Him and his Care Bears, lots of hugging bear, who's busted. What's happened to his team? They're all busted.
Yeah, his team got beat up.
Yeah.
They are the only Kislev team that we have seen now, and I love it.
Didn't 12th man have Kislev? I know he's taking some time out, get married and do stupid stuff like that. He'll kill me for saying that. His wife's a beautiful lady and I love her to bits. But he's still taking time out from Blood Bowl, What's that about?
Yeah, why would you ever do that?
No. I remember playing this team and I think it was my Lizards and I wanted to get one of his guys out of the way, so I kept running through tackle zones trying to get him to dive and tackle me. It worked. But I wouldn't recommend it because it doesn't always work for the blitzers. But yeah, Kislev, what can you say? Let's have a look at his bear.
He's fairly well developed. I mean, he put. I don't know. I don't know about tackle. He got doubles again and took tackle. The endless
I
debate. Do you
love
take
block and
tackle?
tackle.
I think pro is probably going to be more useful in the long run.
In the long run, but I think it's a little too early for pro on it.
I don't know. I like this team though. It's fairly well developed. I mean, he's got a couple missing their next game, but that's the problem with Kislev is they're bad out the box.
Yeah, they live and die by the dice too.
Yeah.
He doesn't. They're like vampires. They live and. I mean, vampires. Kislev's just a whole show of something going wrong.
I do want to point out he's got 2 guard catchers, which are jumping into a cage on a 2+, and then he's got an Agi 4
Blitzer,
wrestle, which is probably getting like strip ball next. He's got cage diving abilities on a 2+ across the board, so it's pretty awesome.
Yeah. Yeah. There's lots of eyes there. Eye of the Tiger, Eye of Gorgon, Eye of Revelation. I suppose being seers, that makes sense. So, who's next? The Black Jesters, Dark Elves.
Oh, these guys.
Now, if I recall...
my favourite elves.
Apparently everybody in my play pool got promoted this season.
So you say you're your favourite elves, Dio. You never was here to talk about my elves. I have Dark Elves. Did you even watch the show back?
Not yet,
He
no.
didn't. He didn't. Not yet. Yeah, not happening. You know it's not happening. He's like, I'll get to it one day.
He won't. He won't.
He won't.
No. What we got? 4 blitzers. Very nice. He's got a deep bench here. 14 players. I think that's too many for a Dark Elf team. I think
that's like Dark Elves are my favourite elves, not this particular team. My favourite Dark Elves are the Witch's Coven. Sorry,
may they rest in peace.
What do you mean? Well, see, if you'd seen yesterday's episode, or even the one before, I can't remember, you'd have seen my Dark Elf, and you'd have a new favourite Dark Elf team. But you didn't see it to know.
No, it wasn't. There was nothing special, deal. You don't have to worry about it.
What? Yeah, the drunken monks, right? You just don't like my Dark Elves. That's a pretty witch. Wrestle, strength, tackle. I like that. You know I like my wrestle witches. And he's got a block one with mighty blow. That's very sweet. Sidestep.
I'm not sure I would have taken the wrestle and the strength 4 witch.
Why? Fantastic ball sacker.
You don't want her on the ground. You don't want her on the ground.
She's fantastic at sacking the ball though. She's got wrestle, tackle.
She's got an 8+ foul without an Amy assist, you know?
Yeah, but by the time you take the ball out of someone's hand, somebody else like the Agility 5 blitzer picks it up, pops out the pass to somebody, score, no longer on the ground because they get to stand up again. Boom. Just like that.
You say that in theory,
that's
but
a lot of confidence. I like it.
Yeah, dice are dice and things can go wrong.
They can.
He does have dodge or block or wrestle on every single elf except for his kicker, who's now not playing this. You know?
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, it's for me, it's with the wrestle witch elf. You're not gonna just throw it in randomly to deal with things. It's there to get the ball loose. Generally speaking, there's other issues once that witch is on the floor to deal with than that witch elf. Like the ball or wherever it's gone. You don't just...
Oh, here's the deal. If that witch elf was on the floor and I was playing against them, the ball would be forgotten. So yeah. I'm just saying, that's me personally, that's what would be happening.
And that's why we've got an Apo. Or just build another witch, because they come and go. They're like war dancers. They die just as quick. People say war dancers are the king of Blood Bowls. Well, these are their queens. You know, arguably the second best player in the game, I think, personally. That's what I think. I think the whole wrestle frenzy, you stick tackle strip ball on them, there's no ball safe. They've got a job to do. People don't like players on the ground, and yet people give players piling on. I say no more. The best killer has piling on. So is it any different?
My killer didn't get killed because of piling on. My killer died because he got blocked.
Bad sportsmanship or bad coaching even.
See,
Yeah, it was bad coaching. I let him get blocked by a wolf and he died. So
Thunden wants a Dark Elf Blitzer over a Witch any day. Well, Thunden, you can have both.
he does have both. He's got all 4 blitzers. This is the only. He's got all 4 blitzers and both witches. I mean, this is a very healthy team. Minus his kicker, that's not.
Yeah.
He's a good coach. If you look at his last season was his first season with these guys. He played Schwartz before that, but he only lost 4 games.
But Thunden said something controversial. He said, high TV, he wouldn't have the Witch Elves. If that's the case, go play High Elves, I think, because the Blitzers are the same. Yeah, maybe you can't have as many, I don't know. I think the Witch Elves become the stars of the show. The Blitzers actually are no longer become your blitzing pieces. They are the watercourse of the team. That's for me at high level Dark Elf, but it's horses.
That's a 200. That's a 200,000, 200 TV Witch Elf, right? That Witch Elf is 87. That Witch Elf has 1 bad block and dies. There's 200 gone, and we all know AV7's better, or AV8's way better than AV7, mathematically wise, you know?
Yeah.
So,
I mean, Thunden just doesn't like witches, it seems. Skilled up lineman owns skilled up witch elves. I disagree. But it is horses for courses. I love witch elves. I think they're brilliant pieces. I really do. They just give a different dimension. And they also open up a nice Dark Elf one-turn touchdown, even at movement 7. Because of the frenzy.
Yeah, with this team I would probably get rid of a couple of the linos just to...
I think they've got too many players.
Because their TV is much higher than
Thunden.
what you'd expect.
Thunden sat down opposite me and played. Tell me, Thunden, I can't remember when we played at, I think it was Swindon tabletop. Did you have Dark Elves or was it me? I know there was Dark Elves on the pitch, but I can't remember what the other team was.
And you're right. Cutting a couple linemen. He's giving up. Well, I mean, his stadium enhancements are already a wizard. So if he's at home, he's giving everybody a wizard anyways. But he's giving up 200K in inducements to teams that are pretty well developed and can use them very well. So
yeah, I agree. I think there's too many players in this team. I think 13's the most you need. It's nice. Just having a look at the runner there, dodge leader, that makes sense. 13's the most I think they need. I think they could cut a player. Maybe the dodge with movement down, although it's good for the front line. Kick is very luxury on a Dark Elf team.
I don't know if I like kick on linemen. I'm straying away from the whole putting a kick on a lineman because you want those linemen on the line, not other pieces. So
Thunden, you bear the scars. I had to play 3 games of Orcs that weekend. I still bear the scars, and I won all 3 games and still finished 4th. Work that one out. Never again. Well, no, it was all down to strength of schedule. If my opponents were better, Thunden, then I might have been further up the list. Oh dear. No, we had a great game. I really enjoyed that. I can't remember too much about it, but it was a game. We're on to dwarves. Just Stevie and his dwarves.
Oh gosh, not Grimbeard.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
It's basically Dio's big brother, right here.
The difference between this guy and Dio is he's probably better at playing.
Better.
Yeah.
He's better and he's taller.
Yeah.
That's about it.
And there's no death roller.
Well, there's no death roller on the team on Dio's team anymore. I don't think so.
No. What we got here?
I like this team. I picked them to go to the playoffs last year, and they let me down. Or last season. But
well, they got the guard to deal with it. They got everything they need. Blitzer needs some armor fixing. Runner with movement, agility down, sack him, get a new one straight away. What's the point in that? Unless he's got some amazing skills. He's got block, I don't know what. Leader. maybe he's keeping him for leader. But 2 rerolls is plenty for dwarfs, I think. Yeah.
I'll let Dio go. Dio's the
What do you think, Dio?
dwarf, when he's played them long enough, he should know a little bit about them. So.
Wait, what skills do you take for dwarves again?
Block. Take block, Dio. Take block.
No, you take wrestle on every dwarf.
Yeah. Oh dear.
First level up, wrestle.
Just have a look.
He's having a look. That word says dwarf, Dio.
He's trying to read. He's like, I can't read this.
Low JP down Blitzer's kind of annoying, but having the double for the dodge is going to help out. The AG2 runner, I would probably
shoot him in the face and sack him.
Yeah, keep the leader for now until you've got the cash to replace it.
Do you even need leader though? Like, do you even need that 30-year-old as dwarves?
I've been running with 2 readles for the last couple of seasons, but I got relegated, so what do I know?
Well, you took a death roller, so what do you know?
Death rollers are fun.
He's definitely, that's why he fired it. He's tryharding this season.
Yeah. I don't know, man. They look like a good, solid dwarf team. There's nothing, you know, untoward about them.
If you look at that long beard,
that's all I would say.
They need more guard for sure. Look at that long beard that's got Mighty Blow, Pylon, Dauntless, but then it's got Diving Tackle, which I don't know. I mean, that thing's going to be on the ground the whole game, whether you're piling on or diving tackle away. You know,
no, he will get up and he will move a square.
One square. Yeah.
Square. 1 square. So the entire game, this guy, like, I mean, I would just dodge away from him on purpose to keep him on the ground. So you
just to put him on the floor.
Yeah, just to put him on the floor. Like, man. It just doesn't. I don't know. I love diving tackle. I think it's an underused skill that most teams just ignore.
I tell you what, you would do. You'd dive and tackle away just so he goes back to the square he moved. They're dwarfs. They're a tiny dwarf team. So
can we not talk about it anymore? Can we go
no, let's go on to the reptile heavyweights. I've got some fluff for these boys, I believe. Let me have a look.
I'm telling you right now, my entire play pool got promoted. They're all in this play pool. They're all in this play pool. But I play Laser, the Jesters, and the Reptiles.
Right.
Season, so.
These guys, apparently they finished second in place in the D&D and TNA with a 601 record, losing to Play Inc. in week 1 with over 600 TV difference. The heavyweights...
How could they lose to Plague?
I mean, to be fair, Plague didn't lose a game last season until the finals. We went 8-1-1, so screw you, Dio.
Yeah, the heavyweights... See, Dio can't counterweight, let alone win that many games. The heavyweights went into the playoffs managing...
for that.
Yeah, managing wins against Glowworm's Claw and Score before failing the eventual challenge champions, which is Burzo and his Rednecks. The game saw the end of the Fraser's career after suffering a smashed collarbone injury. And what use is a strength 3 Saurus? Freon had plans to bring in a legendary skink in Lounge from the Lord of the Skinks. However, this turn of events forced him to scour the market for a replacement Saurus. The man who injured the Saurus, Burzo, came to the rescue in Leatherface. So this was a money conspiring trick.
Corruption.
Leatherface from Dino Rock was put into the market and terms were agreed, giving the heavyweights a true leader in the Source pack going into their and their coach's first season in the pros. Reunited with Laser's Brett's and Evicia's Dark Elves from the CL, this promises to be an interesting season for the Lizards, with the player pool containing 1 Kislev, 1 Skaven, 1 Necro, 1 Dark Elf, 1 Dwarf, 1 Vamp, 1 Brett. It looks to be a varied fun pool, importantly without too much claw. So there we have it, guys. 12-man team on the Lizards is always nice. The Saurus are all blocked. This is nice. the team doesn't look particularly developed, apart from the one standout source, Leatherface. It looks new, and that could be their undoing.
The thing is last season they came in with no levels,
Yeah.
but block, like nothing but block on the Saurus, and they've all developed into tackle, mighty blow. You know, he's got a break tackle one, which is nice. I think this, and he's a great coach. Like
Yeah.
the win that I got against him, I won because he misclicked and did something not smart, and I ended up winning 1-0. But he went, like I said, he won 7 games in a row before losing to the champs. So
Yeah.
He's a good coach. This is a good team.
Let's say you look, the Cassius, the Saurus is due to go up a level. We've got Delahoy and Duran are both nearing it. So they're in tidy little position. He hasn't got to worry about Leatherface. He's done, dusted and built. So it means that the rest have got to toe the line a bit and move in the right direction. He's got a couple, 3 tackle, which is very nice. A couple of mighty blow, which is very nice. He's got the tools he needs to do the job.
He's got a couple blodge skinks,
Yeah.
which is awesome.
Yes,
That's the
yes.
only skinks to keep after level 3 is a blodge one. So
agility, sidestep, blodge, sidestep, dive and tackle is a very nice piece, especially against the elves if there is any.
I love the way he builds his skinks. A lot of people do the diving tackle first. But I think it's amazing.
I like sidestep first purely because they help control sidelines and become a royal pain in the butt on defense. That's what I like.
No, this is a good team, and it's gonna do well this season. So
looking at the player pool, who's winning?
Oh gosh.
Oh gosh.
This is gonna be hard. I did it last season and he failed me. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Grim. Just the that hurt. We need to go throw up real quick.
Do you know, I'm gonna go. I think the Skaven are gonna get bashed too much. Especially by the lizards.
Oh, he's used to that though. NTB's used to playing games with 3 rats on the pitch. Okay, like that's his thing.
Yeah, the dwarves are going to have a field day against the rats. The Kislev are going to struggle in areas, but they're going to run rings around the lizards. I'm going to go with Laser to win.
I think Laser will be second. So
I'm putting Glow to finish second.
Homer. What? You're just doing that because you know him.
No, I'm not. I think his team's... He knows what he's doing. He fouls a lot. He knows what he's doing.
I like him already.
Yeah. He played a game once, and he had run out of players, so he fouled with the ball carrier.
I think I heard... I think he talked about that on the podcast.
Yeah. Idiot. I think it's too much for the dwarves. I think the Dark Elves could do it, very much so, but I think they're giving too much away each game. If they change their dynamics a little bit, the Lizards are going to struggle against, the Necro, possibly, the Bretts.
I don't think he will. I mean.
But the Skaven are going to cause massive problems for Lizards. I played them, remember? They're a nightmare.
No, Skaven are a nightmare, but Lizards don't have developed Lizards, which he's got pretty developed Lizards right now. Don't have really bad matchups unless you're spamming Claw.
Yeah.
Which there's only 2 Claw. There's 1 Claw on the Rats and 2 on the Necro, right? That's it for the pool. So.
Yeah.
I don't think Lizards are going to do that well. The Skinks aren't developed to be able to beat the Rats or the Kislev. They're
developed enough to where, the Rats and Kislev die.
The Saurus mean nothing to the Vamps.
So Thunden's saying the Rats, followed by the Dark Elves, I assume he means, by the Not Highs.
No, the Not Highs are the name of the dwarfs.
Oh, are they?
Yeah.
Oh,
that's
right,
what I
they
think. I'm picking them, and it's kind of gross to say, but I think V-Power will probably be up in the standings. He made it to playoffs last season. He's a good coach. I think he'll be the wild card. Maybe.
But see, we've struggled in previous divisions to pick a winner. I'm struggling to see who's going to finish bottom.
I think it's going to be the Kislev.
I don't see. I think they can do what it takes against some of these teams. I really do. And Joe Fro's just crazy enough to just try anything and make it work.
Well, if the dice go for him, he's going to have a good season. But that's how Kislev, you know, and Vampires, both those teams, if the dice go bad, they can very easily be at the bottom. So
Thunder's Rufus tonight, isn't he? Simple. Joe Fro's bottom. That's brutal.
I think he's probably right.
There is Panda. Yeah, one more.
It's gonna be fun though. This will be a fun play pool. I mean, this is
it's interesting.
One of those, all the pro play pools are going to be super tight, super interesting. So.
Yeah, that's what I'm liking about some of these play pools. When you struggle to pick a winner and pick a, you know, where teams are going to top finish or whatever and do well, and also miss wildly by it, like we did some of them last year, that shows you got a good player pools. I like that.
Well, I mean, and the MML's just got a plethora of good coaches, you know?
Yeah.
It's just...
and not just good coaches, they've built some good teams as well, which is a big part of it. So, should we move on to our final player pool?
I'm going to get a drink real quick, but yeah, I'll be there.
I haven't... It's going to take a while to find out which one it is. Is it CPR and DNO?
D&D, yeah.
D&D, is it? Oh, I've pressed the wrong button.
D&D.
Right. Yes. Okay. So are we ready for this?
Not really.
Oh man, this is a pretty good pool.
I think you've said that about
8, yeah.
everyone so far.
Well, Rand likes to try and be a dick, but he's too much of a nice guy.
Just wait till we get to your team.
Right, let's start with the Orcs. Orcs, Green Machines. Okay. 1590
Which
TV.
one's the 8 yobs?
Yeah, the 8 yobs.
Yeah.
9, 4, 11. So I'm guessing he's played last season.
Yeah, he played in my pool last season. He had a pretty rough first season.
2 standout blitzers, which is nice. Ed and Andy. A Black Orc with strength is nice. He's got a troll to go with it. A lot of block pushing down the lines.
Is that the first Orc team we've seen with the Gobbo?
Quite possibly. I don't even take one to a tournament.
I'm not even sure. I'm not sure about the strong arm thrower, but you know, to each their own. I guess he's got some Addy 4 to throw.
Wow.
Too, so.
This Goblin has played 7 games. Why is he not dead yet?
He's got 1 touchdown. 1 in 7. That's pretty awesome.
The fact he's still alive, why is he not being eaten yet? I don't know. Strong arm.
He had a gobbo. He must have had a gobbo against me. I just don't remember it.
He was that important.
He was that important. He did do
but
nothing.
it could be a fouling gobbo. He could be. Oh. The troll's called Trevor. I like that. That's brilliant. Genius. High V power. We've done your team already. We spent a special bit of time on Count Dracula, the transfer. And we talked about...
Not we, one time to go over all the players.
Haka spent a lot of time on one player.
Not
us.
Well, and we talked about your 5 players and the rest didn't matter, really.
What rest?
Okay.
There was no rest. He had 5 players.
Yeah, this Orc team, you look at it, we've got Andy the Blitz is due to go up level. He's agility 4, so 1 touchdown and that goes up. Blitzer lands MVP. He goes up. Blackhawk needs 1 point. Another
Two
Blackhawk.
Blackhawks only need 1 point.
5 guy
Yeah.
needs an MVP.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
this
the
team's
Trolls
gonna-
going up.
The thrower is only two passes away from a level.
Even the Goblins not
it-
far. This team, 3 games time, could be completely different. And for a challenged league team, that's exactly where you want it. Those players on that sweet spot, ready to go up. Otherwise, it is fairly standard stuff. There's not much to get excited about. The Orcs.
It's pretty standard orc team. It's getting there. It's getting there.
Yeah.
South has been around for a long time. He's coached orcs for a long time.
What I find interesting, their number 10, he's got wrestle. I understand wrestle, so you can dirty play people. However, the guy with wrestle has got dirty player.
Yeah. I just like the fact that he's got a dirty player on the team. Any team
Yeah.
with dirty player's got a good vote for me, you know.
So it's not the Goblin that fouls then.
No.
Has he got? He's no enhancements. He's got a level 2 stadium, but they have no enhancements yet.
He's got
So
100k, so 140k, so he could have one after the first game.
yeah, is this guy actually from Yate, Bristol sort of way? S130 South.
I'm assuming because his other team that was in the pros for a long time were the 8 Yobs as well. So they got beat up. But yeah, he's played this very version of the same team basically
Yeah.
for many
Just
seasons.
a rebuild. Well, let's
Yeah, he is actually.
should we take a look at the next one?
No, skip that one. Go on to the next.
No.
Yes.
We
Let's
gotta
spend
look
some
at
time
this
on the
one.
next one. Yes, let's please. There's no roller. They already losers.
Look at the busted injuries on this team.
Look at this team. Oh my Atlanta. This is so beautiful.
What
I
sort of
love seeing a
loser
dead dwarf
coach is
team.
this lot?
Yeah, it must be a very bad coach to let his dwarves get eaten like that. Jeez.
Right,
Oh,
you
worse than bad.
So you've got still got that strength 4 runner with a niggle that I said sack ages ago, and the other runner who's got busted
Now
armour.
it's 80 down.
Both those runners I said need replacing. You still got them both.
Well, the top one, I just want to get another 30 SPP on, and then it'll be the first legendary player I've ever created.
Yeah, but he's got minus Agi. He's got Agi. That's a 40k blow right there. Minus Agi with Agi.
He's been like that for about 4 seasons.
Yeah, and
But-
you wonder why you've been relegated twice in the last.
I was going to
4
say,
seasons.
how did you get on last season? Because sometimes my advice isn't good, but you didn't take it.
win
How did
anything.
you? What you're telling me you had nothing. Let's have a look,
Did he
just
even-
so we can go
0, 2,
public
and
with
5
this.
last season. 0, 2, and 5.
It's just so you know, it's on the big screen for everyone to see. You scored a whole 3 touchdowns last season. Well done.
I really don't want to be an asshole. Oh my, dude! I sneezed and scored 3 touchdowns. Come on.
So you
You're
let in
awesome,
12. You let in 12 and scored 3. So
Yeah,
it's a
I
4
did
to 1
not do well at
ratio.
all.
Oh dear. Oh dear. Right, this Troll Slayer with agility 1, you can keep him because that doesn't matter. But the other 2 have got to go. Oh
I'm surprised you're
dear.
not complaining about the movement 3 piling on guy.
What? No, he
I
does a
wasn't gonna
job.
say anything. He's got a niggled long beard. I mean, this team is a bad game away from being nobody, from being dead.
That's pretty much most of my games.
Hey, could be worse, Rand. They could be a good coach away from getting sacked.
Oh, I'm a little bit disappointed that he dropped the death roller.
Yeah.
So am I.
That was the only reason
At least-
the team was any good.
At least the Death Roller kept the flack off the rest of the team.
Well, and he's got the bribe stadium, and now
Yeah.
he doesn't have anything. He doesn't even have a dirty player to use the bribe with. Like, I mean, come on, it's such a waste.
If I'm
Such a
conceding that
waste.
many touchdowns, the roller's off too quick, remember?
I'm not being funny either. He's got a dirty player stadium, but he hasn't got enough players on the team to even foul with.
Oh,
That's
with the bribe,
because
though,
of the
I mean,
death roller. I've not got the money to replace it yet.
He hasn't got any money.
Did you transfer? Who did you transfer in this season?
I didn't. I had too much styling expenses last season, so I couldn't afford anything.
And you lost every game, so you were at 0 goals. Yeah, that makes sense.
The two blitzes are nice though.
Both the Troll Slayers are nice too. The moving up on the Troll Slayers is nice with the frenzy, especially because movement 6 is like lightning speed for dwarves. So
yeah.
It's pretty nice.
Anyway, let's put this guy out of his misery.
About this team.
Let's move on.
Yes.
After a game, the Death Roller will come back as a coach for fluff, rather than any actual benefit.
Let's.
I'm really excited about this team.
Yeah, this team. These are my new favourite team. Oh, they've got a block tree.
You got a block pro treeman, which I don't know about pro on a treeman, halfling treeman, because there's no loner, but you know.
The reason he's done that is because if you get a take route that you might not have reroll for, or do you know what, it's okay, but or if he rolls 3 dice and doesn't get the POW, that's why he's got that. It can be useful. I would have put jump up on him.
He's only got 2 rerolls for flings, which is rough.
But he's going to be relying on the chef at every game, I imagine.
And he's probably going to get the chef. He's got the agility. He's got an agility 4 fling there.
Yeah. He's got a sprint. What is that other one? Sprint and.
Oh, he's got the Knuffle Alter as well.
Oh yeah. He's gonna have this deep root. He's gonna get deep root from chef every game.
Now, see, here's the thing with this team: couple of sidestep, he's got the sprint sure feet guy, and he's got the agility 4. Anything else gets a skill, sack it because it's worth more than the halfling himself, and get a new one. He's got
he's got a blodge stepper halfling. That's beautiful.
Yeah, they are. But look at the price of a blodge stepping halfling, 80k. They're worth 30. He plays
3 halflings.
He plays Dio game 1. Dio managed to get one of his movement 4 guys to actually reach him, and he kills him dead, and that's it. That's it, it's dead.
Yeah.
80k down the pan instead of 30k down the pan. The only 2 players that really matter on this team are the 2 trees, with a close third being that halfling with agility 4. Other than that, it doesn't matter, I don't think.
I like the sprint. I like the sprint sure feet. Is that sure feet? Sprint
yeah,
sure
it is
right?
sprint sure feet.
I like it because you know if you throw him, he's gonna score.
Look at his record, 525.
Right.
525. I like this team.
That's like an undefeated record for halflings. Okay.
Yeah.
He's undefeated.
I can see this team.
If you're playing in the farm, how much are you cherry picking your games?
The halflings.
No idea if Tor was doing that.
The halflings.
I don't think Tori cherry pick. I mean, trust me, if I see it getting called out, I call it out. So I've never called Tori out yet, so I haven't seen it. But you know.
They're still halflings. You can't cherry pick much with halflings.
Ogres.
No, that's a bad game. I'd rather play dwarves than ogres. But then I've played dwarves with my flings. I enjoyed it. I think I played yours, didn't I, Dio? I beat them too.
Yeah.
With my halflings.
Yeah, I think you beat them.
Yeah. Because hide behind those trees, the dwarves can't get around them.
Duncan's right. Tori did play in the World Cup for the MML.
Yes, he did.
So, he's a good coach.
Yeah.
I think it'll be fun watching him play.
I'm looking forward to it.
This will be a fun team. Yeah, this will be a fun team to watch. And I mean, coming in at 1100, they're not fresh. They've got some skills.
Yeah.
And they're going to be getting Pug or Deep Root or a Chef or all 3 every single game.
Maybe Zara. Maybe Zara.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like that.
It's going to be fun.
I like that. Right.
All right, let's go.
Let's go on to Cavalier Archer.
Again.
Look at that tree, a beautiful tree.
Hey, you know what? All the elves have trees this season.
This team excites me. Look at those war dancers. They excite me in a special way.
They make me want to puke. This is gross.
Both agility 5.
Playing developed war dancers.
Wow.
Or developed wood elves in general.
My thing is those 2 war dancers, they're not very level. They're only level 4. Okay, like, and that's where they're at right now. Like, gross. This is ridiculous.
The only trouble you've got with these 2 war dancers is They've got a couple of skills, 3 skills each, but they've only got 1 tackle, 1 strip ball between them. They need a little bit more. Those skill ups could have done with coming next time. Stat ups could have done with coming next time. So he's got strip ball, tackle, and both ball dancers, I think. But that said, they're not far really in the.
Those two are going to be the MVPs. Those two are going to win games by themselves.
Yeah.
That's how it's going to go. He's got 3 Agi 5 pieces on the team, which is stupid. He's only got 1 catcher, which has a movement down.
Yep.
So not a lot of options for lots. I mean, movement 7's still good, but he's only got his ward answers going down to score.
Well,
that's whatever. But
Cavalier Archer's in the chat, so I'll put this out. I've got a Wood Elf team with a movement 10 catcher and a movement 9 catcher and a Mighty Blow Ward Answer that could well be up for sale for the right, team.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Plugging it in.
So you can purchase those at some point. As you know, we spoke about this already. Get yourself some bucks and make the playoffs, and then come a shopping. Catcher needs to go.
Just buy, how many has Gotwood played any games? Did he just buy this tree?
Who's this?
At the end of the season? The tree.
The tree.
It's 0 SPP.
I did have a tree, but he died. He's had 1 match.
He's played 1 game. Yep. So.
Yeah.
And V-Power does make a good point. I feel tackle is probably more important than strip ball in the higher TVs because most ball carriers will have strip ball. I mean,
it does, but go back to what I said before. Having that strip ball dictates where the ball is and who carries it, and it has less active use and it's more of a passive use. That's for me. It's still worth having. The ball carrier, who's the one you want to target and hit, leaves the pitch. All of a sudden, it's game on.
Yeah, this is a very good team. Cav's a good coach.
Yeah.
I say that all the time. I say that too much for the MML.
You didn't say that about me. I'd just like to point this out.
I was fixing my pipes. Remember, I didn't get a review your team.
I mean, I don't like the catcher. I don't like the catcher.
I don't like that it's the only catcher and that it's got a movement bust.
Movement bust, sidestep, block, fend.
Dodge fend is amazing. I love dodge fend and sidestep. You can go wherever you want. No one's
controls.
Following.
He needs an outlet for that thrower. Ward answers could do it. I would personally, first opportunity, purchase another catcher. Feed him a few scores. Once he's got a few scores, get rid of this catcher and replace with another.
I'd probably work on getting 2 more catchers, like even transferring one in at the end of the season if you have to. But
yeah,
I'm a firm believer you need at least 2 catchers, probably 3 on a Wood Elf.
I like 3. Well, actually, when I was running high TV Wood Elves, I was running with 4 catchers because I'm using the dodge and the sidestep and the skills they bring. Not only is a massive scoring threat, but also they're great on defense. Yes, their strength too, but you're not in for a fight with Wood Elves. If you want to fight, don't play Wood Elves. They're in for defense. Wait for your opportunity. As soon as the opportunity's there, War Dancers do their business, catchers go and score.
And it's movement 8. Like, that's the thing. Is movement 8 is just so undervalued by a lot of people.
Oh, it's
a lot
massive.
of teams don't even get options. It's amazing. So.
Yeah, I remember you saying you plan. I think wasn't you talking to me about a catcher transfer? I'm thinking.
So you transferred in Longshot then? Was that what he did? He transferred in his thrower because his other thrower got killed.
Well, he's played 44 games Longshot as with 60 passes.
Like, it could be. I mean, a transfer from the farm. Did he play? But best Woody team in the CL. Thought did.
Yeah, the throwers played 60 odd games and this team has played 13 games, so I would put money on that thrower was transferred in. If not, he's cheated somehow.
A nice thrower. That's a very nice thrower. I mean,
very nice.
Yeah, he got long shot from Fox.
Only that catcher is the only minor issue. He's not redundant by any means, but I'd be feeding the War Dancers before I fed him, or Feed those linemen. Get those linemen in scoring range. Feed those. Get them some skills. This lineman, is he got a niggle on this guy with kick? Get yourself a new kicker. Sack him.
Put kick on a catcher.
No, don't do that.
I'm joking.
Tournament play, yes, but no.
He might even be able to get his first a new catcher after the first game if he wins and rolls some nice numbers. So it's not far away from being perfect. So
well, he's I think he's running one journeyman, so a catcher wouldn't go amiss. I would probably wait 2 games, and you know, get the 150 in the bank if possible, because Woodell's lose players, and you want to replace Ward answer straight away.
He could instantly lose one of those Ward answers in the first block of the first game. You know, like,
I seem to recall that Cavalier didn't have a tree man last season, because I remember having conversations with him about the tree man and that he should get one. How are you finding the tree man now, Cavalier? Do you like him?
In one game, apparently, according to the drunk, he rooted early and didn't do anything. So,
well, I've had a tree man root first turn, do nothing all game, and actually was arguably the best defensive player on the pitch because they just didn't know how to get past him. And you don't go basing up a tree man that's rooted. Yeah, he's loving the tree, which is good. Well, I hope it works.
Last season there was multiple Wood Elves without trees, and this season all the Wood Elf teams have trees.
Yeah,
so.
it's all about the rat ogre and the tree this season.
Well, yeah, lots of rats and lots of Wood Elves.
Right, where's next? Blue Max and his Camry.
More Camry, I love it. I love seeing all the Camry in this league.
We won't see many on this team. There's all missing. 11-man team.
Blue was relegated with me last season.
Oh, there's a busted Tomb Guardian there, but no money to replace him. That's a shame.
Yeah, you got to keep him, and he's got guard. I mean, he's only strength 4, but he's got guard. You got to keep him until you can replace him.
He's got guard, block, and tackle. He's got guard, block, and tackle.
He's good, but you're gonna have to replace him. Maybe like you don't want to replace him with a rookie either. You want to replace him with a nice little transfer.
His number 11 looks nice. His number 11 looks nice. Look at that. Agility up and dodge on a skeleton.
Blow.
Well, he's a ball carrier now. He's the scorer. You could arguably get rid of the through hours. Give him sure hands and block.
So this season he's going to have to... I mean, he's only got 1 blitz raw, and that other one's got movement 5, so he's got a slow team. It's rough. He had a rough. Sounds like he had a rough season last season.
It does.
So.
I mean, it looks to me like this has got to be a building season. He needs to replace a blitzer. He needs to buy a new one. That Tomb Guardian he's looking at, he's nice, but I don't think he's doing his job even with block and tackle and guard.
He's not going to. The thing with Tomb Guardians is they're supposed to be 3-die blocks all the time. And just stand there. And Strength 4 is going to be getting blitzed and knocked down a lot more than Strength 5 or 6. You know. That being said, I don't know if I like the Strength 6 on that Tomb Guardian ISIS. I'm not a big fan of Strength up on big guys, but
they're not big guys really, are they? Tomb Guardians.
They are big guys. They're Strength 5.
No, I don't know. They're Strength 5, but not big guys. Mummies aren't big guys either, really. They should be, but they're not. I don't know.
No general access, a neg trait, but not having loader.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're not they're technically not big men, but I consider them big men. They're Strength 5, low movement, high armor. Like they're basically, you know. But I mean, the double from the strength could go so much farther. I think. So.
I don't know. It's in development, that team, for definite. Let's come down and have a look at. This will tickle your boat. Putrid.
More Nurgle. Yay.
Nergal.
There's lots of more Nurgle. He was here last season. He looks a lot better than his team looks a lot better off than it did last season.
He's got a busted warrior there. He needs replacing, and he's a rookie as well. Get a new one in.
I don't know why he's got the money. I don't know why he wouldn't have replaced him already before the season started.
Block Mighty Blow, Claw, block Mighty Blow on the 2 warriors. That's nice. Yeah, ship that warrior out, get in 2 rookies, stick them on the front line with the beast. Then
I really
start
like
developing.
that the 2 pestigors that have skills.
Yeah, let's have a
Movement
look at this one.
7, 2 heads, blodge, or 2 heads block, sure hands is amazing.
Yeah, he's
And
a
then
definite ball carrier, him.
wrestle, strip, ball, tackle. You're probably gonna get him 2 heads next for that. That other one. These are nice. And did you just say also? I need to. Did you say put Nurgle warriors and the beast on the line of scrimmage?
To smash it on your drive, yeah.
Oh, on your drive. Okay. I thought you
Yeah,
meant, like,
otherwise
on
it's
defense.
rotters. Yeah.
Yeah. You don't
Yeah,
want
no.
to get tied up on
No.
line of scrimmage.
No, not on defence. I'm just looking at these quite young off these 2 pestigors, quite young in their careers. It's yeah, movement 7's big compared to movement 6, just like movement 8 over 7, massive again. You wouldn't think that 1 extra square would be so much.
Oh no, when you play dwarfs, you get to really appreciate that.
Yeah. Yeah, Nurgle, what can you say that they are early on? The drunken monk.
He's not fully, I mean, he's not fully developed either, but he's only at 1360 TV, so I mean, he's only lost 6 games, which is great. His record is great with that team. So, anyways.
Let's look at the bad intentions.
Oh my, more orcs.
More orcs.
Smorks.
Although I think this coach is also in the
He is in the chat.
as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're looking tidy. Block guard coming up. Blitz is looking like they're in a nice place. Linemen are linemen. Trolls doing troll things. And he's got a goblin. There's a second goblin.
That's another gobbo. That's awesome. I love it. I'm already rooting for both these orc teams. Gobbos all day.
Yeah, Thunden's pointed out exactly what I'm thinking, really. There's nothing special. Pretty basic bog standard stuff for development, but that's set ready for... They're not injured. They got a bench. They look like they're ready to go places.
He's got a thrower, which he's got a rookie thrower, which I
pick up with him.
About this.
Yeah.
I would probably just throw him away. You say pick up with him, but no, I just he's not throwing it to anybody. So you got a movement 5 runner. Like it just I don't know. I'd almost
I like these. He didn't develop
any of his blitzers this area. He does have a dirty player, so he wins already there.
Yeah, I just threw my controller on the floor and the microphone come out.
Good job. I was wondering what happened.
Yeah, I'm an idiot, that's all. Yeah, I like him. I mean, orcs, I hate playing them. I hate playing against them. To me, they are so, I don't know, lacking in character. But
they're boring.
Yeah, but the issue is, it's nice to see orc teams about as well in the same breath, because there's something different to when you're talking about the bash game or chaos and Nurgle, some chaos wars, and then basically people chasing the claw. I don't like the controller. The best one I've got. It's the only one I got.
His blitzers are pretty well off. I love the diving tackle and tackle. He's you know, that's just
it's good synergy.
Up, and he's got a strength 4.
He's got a strip baller in there.
The Black Orcs, the Black Orcs, his last Black Orcs are MVP away from leveling.
This is it. There's a couple. I mean, the Blitzer, you've got 1 point away on one of them, which is nice. The strength 4 guy's not too far away, so hopefully he'll pick up something nice to be a good killer. Yeah, V-Power's been there every day. I know that because he's seen how many times I throw my controller on the floor. Yeah, I like him. I want
to hear Deal's thoughts because he's dwarves. He's playing orcs twice this season. So.
Or is it because you want to hear his thoughts so we can take the piss out of him again?
Yeah.
Wait,
Yeah.
what are thoughts?
What are thoughts? I haven't been thinking. What?
What are thoughts?
I think both the Orc teams are very
Green?
young, but then my team's so battered that it'll be fairly like a early dwarfy Orc of trying to take advantage of the guard to
Yeah.
take on those extra strength.
Well, thanks for those thoughts.
That was
Not really much.
that's your thoughts, huh? That's all
That was
right.
it.
Damn.
Yeah. Let's go on then. One last set of greenskins. These could become a favourite as well.
Okay, so I want to, before we start this, there's a little fluff on this team that I had.
Okay.
From last season, I played them. So Plague Inc. won 8 games, drew once, and lost once. This season, right? Their draw was to these stupid goblins. These
Hello, Glow.
we beat all these other teams, and we drew against this team. Okay, that's just, they've been around. They were here last season. He even got a win or two last season with goblins. I mean,
He's went
got
1-3-3. 1-3-3.
yeah. 3 draws. I mean, that's 1-3-3 is respectable for they were fresh goblins last season.
Yeah.
And look how healthy they look.
See, this is the thing. Goblins, in my view, are best. I mean, Glow's an expert with goblins. He lost a bet at one time, and he had to play them for an entire year in a tournament play, and he'll play 10 plus tournaments. So that's 60 odd plus games in a row, including the World Cup, which was 9.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I think goblins are best off at low TV when they're fresh, because they've got all the tools to just cause people bother and aggro. I've played them. I hated every minute of it, and I won't be going back to them in a hurry. I can tell you that for free.
I don't like playing them either, but
This
I don't
team
like playing against them.
terrifies me. I really hate playing against them. All the chainsaw, the bribes, especially when I'm giving them a free bribe that I won't be using as much myself.
Dude, his
Players to
fanatic
follow all my
his
guys.
fanatic has mighty blow, which is
Excellent.
insane. His loony has dodge, which is nice. Not going to be much against the doors, but against everybody else, it would be pretty nice. It's a good team. I love it. And they got a 1-1 draw against Plague, so
Yeah.
I have a little soft spot for him.
Yeah, no, I like these. So, let's go and look at the player pool. Let's decide.
I'm calling it now. This team, maybe not this season, but this Goblin team will be the first Goblin team in the pros.
That's a good shout. I like that. So, what? I can go and stick a Welsh shirt on for you, Thunden, if you want. It's not a problem. I've got one probably just in the room there. Yeah, so we've got 2 stunties in this division, and it's a nice mix of different teams. The Dwarves are gonna either love or hate the stunty games. Glow, I'd like to point out, has joined us. We've done 3 player pools. This is the last team, and then we're finished. So thanks for joining us, Glow. Who's going to finish top?
Cav.
Widows are probably not a bad shout, but I think it's probably
With the
going to
exception
be
of me, there's not enough tackle in this division for the Wood Elves.
it's probably going to be the Putridi.
I think the Wood Elves are finishing top. When you look at what they've got to play against, they get 1 or 2. Even if they go down 1-0 at half time against the Goblins, the secret weapons go off the pitch. They can run riot. Halflings, they can get round the trees to do what they've got to do and run right there. Dio doesn't know what he's doing or what even game he's playing, so they'll do fine there. Kemri, if they don't pick the ball up, they're doing fine there, and that could well be enough points already. There's a lot of bash in the turn. The Orcs, Dwarves, Nurgle, Kemri, you're going to see draws in those parts. the Wood Elves arguably are breaking the meta by being different, and that could be the deal.
Yeah, but there's not a lot of kill pieces on the
No.
orcs or Nurgle yet.
No. Who's going to finish second? I don't really know.
I'd go with Blue and Khemri.
I'm going to go with the Drunken Monk. I'm going to go with him.
Orcs, huh?
Yeah. Largely because, not because I think he can do it to add extra pressure to him. He keeps giving me grief about Cardiff Devils and they lost to his filthy Belfast team. So I'm going to add the pressure on and say they're going to finish second. So who's finishing last?
We all know Dio's finishing last. We don't have to worry about talking about that.
Yeah,
so.
that's set in stone.
No, he's probably gonna beat the halflings and the goblins unless he dies. Unless the goblins just kill him, you know.
Have you seen my team with all those broken armor?
Yeah,
The goblins are going to kill me.
We just did yours, Glow. We did do yours. I've tipped yours to finish, your team to finish second, so don't let me down. But yeah, watch the rerun on that. Yeah, who's finishing bottom? I think, Dio, you're going to struggle. You're going to struggle to beat the halflings because of the trees. You're not going to know how to get around them. They're going to have a third tree, and that's an absolute nightmare for you to deal with because you're too slow. That's nothing to do with your ability or anything like that. That's got draw written all over it or a halfling win. Wood Elves are going to run rings. Thank you, Doomfrog. Appreciate that. The Orcs and Dwarves is a classic matchup. And it should be, Dwarf should be the Orc's natural predator, but you don't have the team to be able to deal with those two. And you're going to struggle against Nurgle, which leaves you with just the goblins to beat, and you're terrified of those. Sorry, man, and that's nothing against you, but...
Oh no, it's true.
Yeah. It's surprisingly not a great pool for your team.
You know what's funny, though, is like, Dio says he's a bad coach, and his record on
he's not bad at all.
Bad, but then he's winning his league and winning a bunch of games in his league, in his tabletop league. So I'm like, I wonder if he's just tanking on purpose to be bad on purpose, you know?
He needs to. What he needs to do is take this team, 16, 13, 30. See, I'll show you how you do this, Dio. Look, let me just jump out of this. Let's find a team. I don't need any more. No.
Delete.
Yeah, this one here. You press the details of the team, okay, and then at the bottom there, it's got a little square. You press that square like that, and then you press X, and it disappears forever, and then it's gone. It won't let me. You have to leave the league first, apparently. I'll show you how to do that. You quit the competition, yes. I can remake this team and all the rest of it. And then you go into the team, you press delete. There you go, like that. Gone. It's finished. And now you can forget all memory of that. Then you need to create yourself a Skaven team. That's what you need to do.
I need to learn how to use Skaven.
Well, you win in leagues and stuff. What I will say to a halfling coach, I'll bring this up, hopefully you'll watch it. I've got this halfling team here. And there's a guard block tree right there if you want to purchase it for next season. He's all yours. This blodging halfling, if you like those as well, he's yours too. I don't think you can do two, but he's only got a niggle, so he's fine. He wouldn't be on the team otherwise. You can have him. I'm touting out my players. Here you go. Where's Cav? Cav's in the chat still. Have a look at those players for you. Got two Mighty Blow dancers there if you want one, and some catchers that have got some skill ups and agility up and stuff. Any of those, they're all yours. I won't dwell on the page because you can pause the stream and drool over those. So yeah. Anyway, Dio, have a look at the. Have a look at my Dark Elf team. Tell me what you think to that. While we finish off. While I get grief. I've just tipped you, Monk, to come second. And then you're giving me more grief.
Saying second.
Oh dear. So what do you think to those Dark Elves, Dio?
I'm still trying to find them at the moment.
Well, look on the Twitch channel.
Those aren't even Dark Elves. Okay, you're behind. You were
Oh.
on what else?
I'm not. I'm on Dark Elves.
You were, like, on the Twitch is behind, so.
Oh, I see.
You build them the opposite way to what I do. I go dodge first.
Yeah, that's why you got relegated last season.
That's just so that I don't play them like they're dwarves.
AG4 Norse, that was said yesterday, yeah. Yeah, Dodge will be coming up soon. It's just... We're doing okay. We'll see how they go.
Yeah, I just do it dodge first so that it sets my mind that it's elves,
Maneuverability.
not dwarves.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, you can have a look at this. I don't know if you can buy these. They're in the farm. These are called dwarves that aren't injured.
Oh, what sort of thing is that? How'd you keep them that way?
Well, you don't get hurt for a start. Cheers, Cav. Thank you very much. Right, well, that brings our preview show to an end. I hope people have enjoyed it. I have, especially today. Thanks, Dio, for making it a blast. What we will do...
You need to show up more often.
What we will do, we tried to run it last season so people predict, and we had 2 people enter, so that didn't work. What we will do is join back up in 7 or so weeks' time. I don't know, I think we get extra for Christmas. Review the player pools, who's gone up and who's not, and we'll talk about playoffs. Trip's been here from the beginning. Trip hides in the background, listening.
Lurking Trip, yep.
Lurking.
He's learning all the pro teams.
Drunk's planning 6 seasons in the challenge leagues without promotion.
Well, I think you do that, and Doom will have you beat, because Doom's close to what I was at, so...
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, here we go. That's it. It's all gone. Good luck to everybody, I suppose. And
It's fun.
I think I'm going to go and find out how Skyrim's getting on. I've heard it's snowing. Before we see the player, the draw. Hopefully, it should be out tomorrow, shouldn't it? The schedules.
Probably
Yeah,
tonight.
Oh, how
Right.
exciting!
Goes bad,
How
I'm
exciting!
gonna go see how many more draws I can get with my Camry team.
Yeah. Oh dear. Right, I need to do Cladder, but I'm thinking of waiting until after Christmas and put some proper efforts into it. See how we get on. Right, folks. Good night, good luck, and we'll see you again soon. Anyone wants any games streamed, let me know. I'm more than happy to join and to stream them. If not, we'll see you in 7 weeks. Looks like the wife's hovering. She's obviously going to go to bed soon. So good night, guys.
See ya.